Do you want stickers, patches, washi tape, or enamel pins? Check out my website at kaseygolden.com. Another year, another Huevember, the challenge of November where you take one color every day and create art. This time, digital, so let's get into it. Every year I try to experiment with Huevember, have fun with it, try new mediums, try different things. And of course this year is no different, although I did have plans to do something a little bit more complete. 2020 hasn't been the nicest year for most of us creatives, and I decided to just have fun. Just have fun, make myself smile and laugh, and just really enjoy this silly series. So as you can already see, I took the daily color and I just made a shape, thought of a really silly mood or silly face, and I just had a lot of fun with this series. They might not be masterpieces, each of these might not be my best work yet, but I definitely had a lot of fun creating these. It was so much fun playing around, and I also hope you guys really enjoy these as much as I did. I think it's important to really focus on having fun with your art, especially if you're forcing it and having bad feelings towards the pieces you create. I think it's really important to step back and have fun, smile, laugh, just enjoy it, loosen up, and not take art so seriously all the time, because especially in today's world, you really just need to have fun where you can. Probably the most fun way, in my opinion, to add personality, creativity, the vibe or mood of just looseness and fun and playfulness, and that is just one of my favorite things to do. As you guys have noticed throughout my art, I love putting silly faces on objects, characters, shapes, literally anything just to make it fun and silly. Slap a face on it and there you go, it's that easy. So going into this project, I just wanted to have fun and cheer myself up, and I wasn't really strict on what face I did for what color or shape or anything. In general, I did look up colors that represented certain moods, like red obviously is very intense, it can be angry, it can be passionate. So in general, I did kind of take the mood of the color, but I wasn't super strict on it because, like I said, I just wanted to have fun with this project and do what I wanted and have fun. Fun, fun, fun. The word of the day is fun. I guess you could also call this a random blob challenge, although the shapes aren't entirely random. I, of course, intentionally made the shapes the way I wanted them, thinking about the sort of expression or face I was going to make. But of course, this is something that you could very easily translate into a blob challenge. All you have to do is put a silly face on a color and there you go. Of course, doing this digitally made it a lot easier when it came to erasing bits and editing and having a lot more freedom with what I wanted to do as far as playing around and experimenting. I love traditional art. It makes me a lot more confident in my strokes, but when it comes to having fun for me personally, I don't want the pressure of making mistakes or wanting to start over or undo. Digital art gives you a lot more freedom, and with freedom, you have fun. Have I said fun enough in this video? Does it sound like I'm going crazy? Because I think I am. Maybe these faces are actually representing my internal feelings and how I truly feel about creating each of these pieces. Maybe this pink long head makes me feel like, well, actually, I don't know what this face really represents, and I guess that's part of the fun of this project. It looks like he's grinding his teeth, and wow, honestly, I don't know. I think when I went into each of these faces, I just thought of a shape, was inspired by the color, maybe a possible mood, and just started creating things. I wanted low pressure. I wanted fun! And although all of these faces are quite low detail, some of these are even more simple because I have a very strong feeling that, you know, less can be more. Less can be very effective. Take this little purple pea guy. Look how small he is, but look how cute and intense his face is. Speaking of intense, here's another face I started off not knowing what I was doing with. I was thinking I could turn that into a big poofy hairdo. I also thought it kind of looked like Toad from Mario. And then you know what I did? I slapped a see-through brain in there, and now it's a crazy brain guy. Isn't that fun? Here we have a sassy girl. Look at her. Look at those shiny lips. Look at those eyebrows. She looks angry. Why is she angry? I don't know. Look at this guy. His face is a little bit inappropriate, but you know what? We don't have to talk about him. Let's talk about the next guy. I was thinking about incorporating a complementary color, so I put some yellow on this guy, and I thought, well, purple is a royal color. Let's make him have a gold tooth because, well, why not? This little screamy guy is one of my favorites. I think the fade was just really fun, and it also kind of inspired me to create a foggy illustration, so maybe I'll work on that one day. This poor little guy is beat up. Look at him. He's got bumps. He's got bruises. He's looking kind of sad, but you know what? He's doing his best. Speaking of sad, look at this guy. He's crying. He's super sad. He's screaming. He's also sweaty. I think he has a lot of issues. Speaking of issues, look at this guy. He looks snarky and rude. I would not want to bump into him. Ooh, here's a fun one. This one's definitely different. This guy is made out of water, and he's looking at a goldfish in front of his face. Probably one of the most different pieces I did, but I had a lot of fun with it. There's that word again, fun. Here's a very freckly guy. I was actually kind of stuck on this one. Wasn't sure what to do, but I did give him very explosive painted pink cheeks, so that's fun. Oh, another favorite. We have this, well, I don't know. This one started off as some sort of ghostly spirit, and wow, this one turned out really fun. The white eyes are spooky. Look at that tongue. Very cute. And then we have a green guy screaming, which really reminds me of the movie Mask. Fun fact, green can represent calm, soothing, reassurance, peaceful, health, growth, life healing, money, but for some reason I went for screaming. Did I also mention that green represents, you know, slimy personality? There we go. That's how we can tie it all together. By this point, I was just having a lot of fun creating the weirdest, strangest faces I could think of. This guy, when I think of green, I also think of nauseous. So we have this full-cheeked man. What are his cheeks full of? Probably vomit. He was actually starting to look like a zombie to me at this point, so I did make his cheeks look a little roughed up. Gave him a comb over because why not? Comb overs are fun and silly. How fun and silly are comb overs? Of course, I can't think about green without thinking about plants. Earthiness, of course, so I created this face that had plants growing on the head, and then I made a plant growing out of the mouth because why not? It's fun. I think this is also the one and only face that has a different nose. I think I gave nostril noses to every single face except for this one. It just felt so elf-like, so I gave this face a little pointy nose. Very cute. And things just kept getting stranger. We have a gaseous looking green cloud. Is it an old man fart? It might just be. I was really just having fun playing around with texture at this point, and then I also put an old man face in it. So it just kind of looks like an old man fart cloud, haunting you forever with his stench. And things continued to get even weirder. We have this very big, toothy grin face, which is absolutely terrifying. And by the time I was putting the teeth on this guy, I started to think he looked very familiar, like a character from Courage the Cowardly Dog, but I didn't want to Google it because I didn't want to get too much inspiration. Just Googled it, and sure enough, holy cow, looks very much like that guy. And saving our best and most complicated face for last, we have a very classic looking smiley face. But I had to give a little Kasey touch to it, so we have a little bit of blood dripping out of its mouth. And there you go. All 30 faces for Huevember completed, but I did want to put them all on a single piece somehow. To be honest, originally going into this project, I really struggled with what I wanted to draw. At first, I was going to make just objects, then I thought about houses, and then I thought about single framed objects that were kind of of breaking the frame, maybe spilling out of the frame. So I drew me looking at all of these frames, and then I ended up doing these faces. So it still kind of turned out cute. I put them all on the wall, and I'm kind of looking at these faces almost as if I'm choosing who I'm going to be that day. And that is it for Huevember 2020. Not the most complicated way to put them all together, but I had a lot of fun with this project. Look at all of those faces. They look so cool, all lined up in a rainbow. And I want to give a huge thank you to the sponsor of this video, KaseyGolden.com. That's right, my own shop. Want to get some fun stuff? Check it out. And of course, a huge, even bigger thank you to my patrons for all of their support. You guys are the best. If you want early access to my videos, secret sketches, and more, check out my Patreon link in the description. Thank you guys all so much. Stay golden. Bye.
Thank you.